And
is the patching too loud?
I can kind of hear it, but thanks. All right, we are live. Greetings, Hacksters. Today, we're getting ready for the weekend. We've been locked inside for a long time now, most of us anyway, and there's always a need for things to keep us occupied and keep us from being on top of each other and keep us from going a little bit, getting some cabin fever. So, this weekend, what can you do? We just released this webinar with TinyML. It's machine learning for microcontrollers and things like that. Targeting battery-powered microcontrollers specifically, low-power devices. Super cool. If you want to learn more about this, it is on our videos page, as well as here on our Facebook page too. If you're on our YouTube, you can find it there. Both of those use the same username, Hackster.io, so you can check that out. I'm definitely going to watch this. I think it is a fascinating platform, and it can do a lot of good, especially in terms of like distributed sensing. Oh, yeah. There's a really cool initiative going on called Stay In, Play In, and I've been seeing this promoted a lot by Ali Weber, aka Robot Maker Girl, and it's super cool. They're featuring lots of different young makers who are sharing things to help your kids occupy themselves during this time, which I think is fascinating. Like, not only occupy themselves, but in ways that are intellectually stimulating, which as a youngster I would definitely have needed something beyond crayons. Awesome though crayons are. Furthermore, there are some limitations for many of us. If you don't have a super fancy 3D printer at home, you may not be able to contribute in ways that you would like to. And so for me, I have a tiny, slow, loud printer, and I'm still trying to get it set up. And so I'm feeling kind of behind the curve of being able to contribute anything with all of this time that I have. Like every minute that I spend sitting around and reading and stuff, I could also have a machine doing good for the world and then donate these things to people who need them. So there are two projects that have come up that you can create to make things better for other people. One is a bias tape maker. This is something that is a part of masks. For those people who are sewing masks, they can use this to create the straps and things. So that's a very useful tool, and you can print many of them in a short amount of time in a small amount of space. So the link for this one in particular comes from Pete, although our friend MakerBlock has also been printing some of these, and they're working on getting the print time down and also using less material. So the more improvements in efficiency and more. As you can tell, it is Friday night. So next up we have a print from Emily Velasco, who was also our most recent interviewee. If you didn't see the interview about her orb synthesizer, you have to check it out. Seriously, it's awesome. And then she also posted that she's printing these ear savers, which are something that you can use in hospitals or as a regular person to help keep your mask from irritating the back of your ears, which if you're wearing one for hours and hours and hours per day is a real problem. And so just to try and make things a little bit more comfortable and safe, keep people from messing with their ears and like trying to fiddle with the straps to keep them comfortable, you print these ear savers and they can use them to make the mask more comfortable over time. Here's an example of how it is worn by Emily's brother. So this is also a very quick print. It's kind of small and it's very flat. You can find that on the nih.gov site. It's 3dprint.nih.gov, and we'll put the link in the description to this video. I think it's a really cool idea. I've actually had to wear masks for a certain amount of time in the past when it was really smoky here in San Francisco, and it definitely gets annoying after a while. I can't imagine having to do it all day, every day for my job. So if you're looking for other forms of inspiration, other things to build, you can come up with your own ideas and submit them to our COVID-19 Detect and Protect Challenge. This is a really exciting challenge, and we'll have more information about it soon. A really cool way to contribute to the effort, and at the same time, you could be able to win lots of cool stuff. We'll go into more detail about this later on. I just wanted to put it on your radar. We've already got some submissions. It's really exciting. In the meantime, if you go straight to the homepage at Hackster.io, you can see what other people are already building. Of course, for a contest, you have to come with your own novel ideas, but if you're just looking for something to make that would help you or others, you can look at this COVID-19 community. There's an open source gas mask, which allows you to connect to a vacuum cleaner bag to filter out particulates from the air. An auto hand wash system that uses a little ultrasonic distance sensor so that it turns on when you approach. An update on coronavirus data in real time, which shows, for example, the number of confirmed cases in different places and the date and things like that. There's some ones that have been super popular already, such as this smart doorbell and video intercom system. For example, I'm biking around in order to keep myself happy and healthy and not coming into contact with anyone. But this is a way that I could potentially drop by and see my friends through a little video, and they would feel like they were visited, and I'd get to like chat with them for a minute without running down the battery on my phone or eating up my data. And I think that that is a win for all. I really like that idea. And our own Arduino Having 11 guy has created an open source pulse oximeter that you can use to measure the oxygen in your blood. Very cool. Another COVID real-time monitor. And this coronavirus detector, you should not trust any DIY device to tell you whether or not you have COVID, obviously. But it's a cool project and it's fun to take a look at. It's also really flashily documented. They got some really nice videos and stuff. It looks cool. Look at this. Look at this drone footage. I think we've already covered this one on the channel, actually. But yeah, so there's a bunch of cool stuff that you can check out. Get inspired by what other people are making. If you have your own idea, submit it to the challenge. You can print these things if you want to be able to contribute locally without investing a ton of filament and time, and maybe you don't have a printer that is that great. The links are in the description to this video. And then to keep your kids busy, follow Stayin' Playin' on Twitter. And for those of us who are a little bit more advanced in technology, go check out the TinyML webinar. Hopefully this is plenty of stuff to keep you occupied and happy over the weekend. Have a safe one. Stay happy, take it easy, and hack on. Mohib says beep boop. Hey Mohib.